The Springboks, unstoppable champions or just another beatable team? All Blacks legend Sir Steve Hansen isn't buying into the myth of South Africa's dominance, and his comments are sparking serious debate. The Springboks have had an incredible run over the past 2 years. In 2023, they defended their Rugby World Cup title, and in 2024, they reclaimed the Rugby Championship for the first time since 2019, with 11 wins in 13 matches this year, and those 2 losses coming by a single point against Ireland and Argentina. It seems like South Africa is sitting comfortably at the top of the rugby world. But not everyone is buying the hype. Sir Steve Hansen, one of the most respected figures in rugby, shared his unfiltered thoughts on DSPN with Martin Devlin, and his words were anything but complimentary. "They're very beatable," Hansen said bluntly. "They've been beaten on a regular basis. Ireland beat them, New Zealand should have beaten them, and Argentina beat them. They're beatable, as is everybody. But the more they win, the more the myth grows, and it makes it harder the more their confidence grows." Hansen highlighted South Africa's reliance on their physicality, particularly their big men, as a potential vulnerability. They rely a lot on their big men, and if they lose some of those big men, have they got big men to replace them? So far, they have. However, he acknowledged the impact of their success on the global rugby landscape, noting how dominance forces other teams to adapt. They'll force everybody else to become better at what they're doing, just like what we did in that period from about 2011 through to 2019. We forced other teams to have to get better in areas they didn't want to be. Hansen's comments land in the context of an extraordinary season for the Springboks. Rassie Erasmus made heavy use of his squad, rotating 51 players throughout the year while maintaining a winning record. South Africa's losses to Ireland and Argentina were razor-thin margins, and their physical style of play continues to be a cornerstone of their strategy. But Hansen doesn't see their success as untouchable. Instead, he believes it highlights the natural ebb and flow of competitive rugby. Every team will have a part of their game which will be as good as someone else's game. Another part will be better, and some of it will be worse. If you can improve the bit that's not as strong as the opposition, then you become better yourself. Hansen's critique isn't just about the Springboks, it's a challenge to the rest of the rugby world. He draws comparisons to the All Blacks' dominance during his tenure, emphasizing how top teams push others to evolve. If you can improve the bit that's not as strong as the opposition, then you become better yourself, he said. But can other teams rise to that challenge? Or are the Springboks set to continue their dominance, fueled by confidence and a deep player pool? What's your take? Are the Springboks truly as dominant as their record suggests? Or is Sir Steve Hansen right that their success is more vulnerable than it appears? Can other teams adapt and close the gap? Or is South Africa setting a new benchmark for rugby? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Green and Gold Army News.